morning, students. Today we will be talking about unit rates, and we're going to spend 2 days on unit rates. That's how important this specific topic is, and unit rates. So today's date, page 39, unit rates, table of contents. If you need to pause, you pause. And then we're going to page 39 in our notebook. There we go. So this is going to be Chapter 1, Lesson 3, Unit Rates. We'll follow the workbook, pages 31 to 38. So what I'd like to do when we're talking about unit rates, we're going to actually take, let's say the top half of this page. So let's do it. Let's do a big box. We're going to do something called a Frayer model, and I like to do that with this lesson because this is such an important concept. And in the middle of this box that we're creating, I want you to write unit rate / price. Could also be the unit price. Boy, there's a lot of real-world implications with this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to split this into 4 sections, okay? This is called a Frayer model, and this Frayer model will help us understand this important word and concept in math many different ways. All right, so let's first look at this part of the word, right? I like to look at root words. I'm a math teacher, but I like words. I like to talk about ones that are important. So UNI. All right, so in French, un means one. In Spanish, uno means one. So where you see this, when we're talking about the unit rate or the unit price, I want you to be thinking about the number 1. If you want to do this in color, go for it. Remember, have colored pencils or highlighters with you and just add color so you can see it and it sticks out. So we're trying to figure it out. What is the amount for 1 of whatever they're talking about? So let's talk about the definition. In this corner, we're going to do the definition. In this corner, we're going to write some prefix examples. In this corner, we're going to actually work out an example. And then I'm going to do what's called a non-example. A non-example means it's an example that's done wrong. It's not in the right format. Okay? So it's one that's done wrong. So we have definition, prefix examples, example, and non-example. So I'd like to start here where it says prefix examples. All right, so let's think about some words that represent 1 that begin with the prefix UNI. Now when I see UNI, the first thing that came to my mind was unicorn. You guys see that? Unicorn. Has 1 horn on it, doesn't it? That mythical creature. We know that uno or un in French means 1, right? That's in another language it means 1. Some other words might be, how about if we talk in unison, UNI, right? We're talking as 1. Or if you're unique, you're an individual, right? I like this one. This one's going to be a funny one. You're going to laugh when I say it. How about unibrow? You ever see those people where their eyebrows are sort of connected? It looks like one big brow. That's what it means. All right. If you need to draw a picture of that, hey, go for it. If that helps you remember it, here's somebody's nose, right? Unibrow. Okay. So whenever you see this and they're asking for the unit, you're going to try to figure it out for 1, okay? So the definition is it's the rate or price for one of whatever they're talking about. And big star, I'm probably going to do this in red or orange in this case. Big star, could even use a highlighter. To solve, you're going to divide, guys. Remember, we're talking about rates and ratios, right? They're fractions. We write them as fractions, so we're going to divide. Let's put that sign there, too, for those of you that like the graphic. So to solve, you're going to divide. All right, so let's do an example. So let's say it cost $1.20 for 6 ounces, OZ is ounces, of a drink. Whatever your favorite drink is. And I want to know, what is the price per ounce? And we're going to really look at these words, right? And I'm going to take green. Do you see this word per? Remember when we were writing ratios, we said that we could write ratios many different ways. When you see this word per, think fraction bar. I'm going to even write that down here, fraction bar. And whatever they, remember what ratios, whatever they give you first goes in the numerator. Money, when we're talking about unit price, money will always go in the numerator. Even if they give it to you second, and you're going to hear me really stress this again tomorrow, price always goes in the numerator, and then ounce. Price per ounce. It means the amount of money, which in our case was $1.20, over, remember this means, write the fraction bar, ounce. How many ounces did we have? 6 ounces. And what we're trying to do is we're solving a unit rate problem, is we're trying to figure it out. What is the price per ounce? You don't see price per 1 ounce. When you see that word per and you don't see any number that's associated with it, it means they want it for 1. So per would be a prime example of, so let's write some keywords over here. I think that would be a good thing for us to do. We like to write our keywords. So if you saw the word per, or if you saw the words in, how many are in 5 minutes? Those might be some good words that would help us to identify the unit rate. So we need to figure out, I'm going to put X. We're going to use X as a placeholder. I got to figure this out. So to solve this, what did I say? To solve, you're going to divide. And what you're going to do is you're going to divide $1.20 divided by 6. Remember, this is a division sign. We talked about that before. So this is $1.20 divided by 6, and this will give me the price for 1 ounce. The other way you could do this is you could realize that this is an equivalent ratio. So if I'm going from 6 to 1, I'm really dividing by 6 in the denominator. So I could divide by 6 in the numerator, which is what I'm doing here, to get that answer. But you could go straight and really do the division this way. So remember, first number in the house, not the biggest number, divided by 6. Here's our decimal division. This is a whole number, good to go. Bring up the decimal. Can 6 go into 1? No. How many 6s go into 12? 2. 2 times 6 is 12. When you subtract, you have 0, but you still have a 0 over here. Bring down the 0. So this would be 20 cents. Now, if when you do the division, you get this, you have to remember what you're talking about. So if you're talking about money, you can't leave it like this in the tenths place. For money, you have to make sure it's in the hundredths place, meaning 2 decimal places. So what is equivalent to this would be 20 cents, right? And I come up with my little dollar sign. And that's basically what you're going to be doing. So let's look at a non-example. So a non-example would be $2 for 10 ounces. I guess we could put 4 over here as our key word too, since I just mentioned it. So if I were to write this, $2 over 10 ounces, is this the unit rate? No, it's not the unit rate. It's not the unit rate until I divide, because I would need to get it to be 1 in the denominator. I would need to figure out what that number is for 1 ounce. All right, so I think at this point we should do another example. And this time what I'm going to do is I am going to use a double line graph or a double bar to help you understand this. So I think I'm going to go on the back because I may run out of room. So I'm going to go on the back. Hopefully you will as well. And then we'll do some examples in the workbook. All right, so here's our example. Our example is you picked 45 oranges in 15 minutes. I'm going to abbreviate minutes. Okay. I want to know, what is your unit rate? In other words, I'm going to put this in parentheses. Now remember, if I go too fast, you can pause the video. Or what I'm asking you is, what is the number of oranges per, look at that word, minute, meaning 1 minute. When they say unit, you're trying to figure it out for 1 minute. Oranges goes first. Minutes goes in the, so this goes in the numerator. This goes in the denominator. Circle the word per. You can see easily this is first, this is second. So the words help you organize this. So let's do it. Okay, so what you would normally do, because this is what I instruct you to do, you would write 45 oranges in 15 minutes. And as we discussed, we're trying to figure it out for 1 minute. That's the unit rate. And we know what we're going to do is we're going to divide 45 by 15. I'm going to do that in a minute. But for those of you that really need an example and a visual to help you understand it, this is what we're going to do. And in 6th grade, you're expected to be able to read these types of double line graphs. All right, so the first line is going to represent our number of oranges. Our second line is going to represent minutes. And what we're going to do is we're just going to write what they gave us. Okay, so over here, we know that they gave us 45 oranges, right, in 15 minutes. So I'm just going to put that here. This goes with this. They go together. All right, so what I have to do is I have to try to figure out, this is what we're trying to get to. Our goal is to figure it out for 1 minute, aren't I? This is where the unit rate is. I have to figure it out for 1 minute. So when I look at this, actually this should have been 5 minutes. Sorry, Miss Taylor meant to make this 5 minutes, so let's go in there and change it. This should have been 5 minutes. This should have been 5 minutes. So just go in and change that. All right, so I want to know 45 oranges in 5 minutes. I want to know how many did I pick in 1 minute? All right, so if this is 5 minutes, the thing that makes the most sense to me is maybe I could split my line into pieces that are by 1, right? So here's 1. So let's make this 2. Let's make this 3. Let's make this 4, and let's make this 5. They should be equal. Mine's not very equal. But then what's associated with it is going to be a number up here, right? All right. So I'm trying to figure out how many for 5 minutes. So as we discussed, we're going to divide, and then we'll be able to figure out all of these numbers that fill in here. I want to know all of these. Sometimes they'll give you parts of it, and you got to figure it out. Basically, you can write these as a fraction, or you know that you could divide, which is what I did here. This is how you would use that double line graph. So I need to do 45 minutes, 45 oranges in 5 minutes. So divide. 5 cannot go in a 4, but it goes directly in 9. So because 9 times 5 is 45. So in 1 minute, it's 9. And that's the answer to our problem. We can pick 9 oranges in 1 minute, and that's how you find the unit rate. But now let's use that. All right, so if in 1 minute, I want you to see how important the unit rate is. We can use this unit rate to help us figure out all of these other minutes. So if I know for 1 minute I can pick 9 oranges, how many can I pick in 2 minutes? Well, can't you see this is going to be like an equivalent fraction? I'm multiplying by 2, so I have to multiply this by 2. So this would be 18. How many can I do in 3 minutes? Well, look, if I go to the unit rate and use the unit rate as a multiplier, figure out what my multiplier is. 1 to 3 is times 3, so if I multiply this times 3, I get 27. I could do the same thing here. Look for that multiplier. 1 to 4 is times 4, so if I need to figure out what's associated with 4 minutes, 9 times 4 is 36.